Karma Mini.
Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarva bhutatma bhutatma kurvan api na lipyate. One who works in devotion, who is a pure soul and who controls his mind and senses, is dear to everyone, and everyone is dear to him. Though always working, such a man is never entangled. Important words used here are Vijitatma Jitendriya, one who has controlled his mind and senses perfectly. So Krishna has described the process of yoga, that Karma Yoga is better than Sankhya Yoga. Now Krishna is telling what is the situation of this Karma Yogi, so that Arjuna does not confuse a Karma Yogi with an ordinary Karmi, ordinary fruitive worker. So Krishna describes, no, please understand his consciousness. External actions could be the same, but there is gulf of difference in the consciousness. And what is that? First of all, ordinary people, they work because their mind and senses are not under control. Mind tells, give me this thing, senses demand something, and they work very hard to achieve it. Whereas devotee, Karma Yogi, is Vijitatma Jitendriyaha. His mind and senses are controlled. So in order to advance in spiritual life, control of mind and senses is very important. And a person thinks, this spiritual life makes me aloof. And the family members, when they sometimes understand, our family person is studying Bhagavad Gita, following this process, let us stop him or her, because then they will become indifferent to us. But here different word is used. Please notice it carefully. Sarva bhutatma bhutatma. It means he is dear to everyone and everyone is dear to him. So it is not a fact that after Krishna consciousness a person will become indifferent. No. He is dear to everyone and everyone is dear to him. Rather, the life of a devotee, a Karma Yogi, is simply to work for the benefit of the suffering living entities and nothing else. He has no other purpose. So he feels so much more for the living entities rather than being indifferent. A renouncer, a person who is Sankhya Yogi, he may become indifferent. It is illusion. Let me remain away. But a devotee understands the real cause of suffering and works very hard to relieve the living entities of their suffering. So thus, Srila Prabhupada explains, it is not that we will start hating or will become indifferent to our family members. No, if we actually follow this process, then we will increase our love for our family members, for the society, for the nation, for all the living entities and all the species. So this is the path of universal brotherhood, because you are engaged in the service of Krishna, and we understand everybody is part and parcel of Krishna. If I love a person, I cannot hit his finger. I have to love his finger also, take care of finger also, protect finger as well. Thus, a living entity understands that all of them are part and parcels of Krishna. And because he loves Krishna, he loves everyone. His love or her love increases. So every living entity is very dear to him. And he is also dear to other living entities. Why? Because he acts as servant to all of them. We become not dear to anybody when we start to act as master. Now everyone is very eager to lord over. Husband wants to lord over wife, wife wants to lord over husband, parents on children, children or parents. Or in this way, there is competition over who will become greater lord. And this lording over tendency, my family should work for me, my society, community, subordinate boss should work for my satisfaction. People don't think of giving satisfaction to others. That is why when we take initiation or formal acceptance in the spiritual order of life, when we become qualified to understand spiritual knowledge, accept the spiritual master, then we are given the name Das. Das means servant. So when somebody acts in a very humble way, in a servant attitude, then automatically there is no chance of committing an offense to the other person. So that is why such a person is dear to everyone. So whole society is looking for this, how I can be dear to everyone, how everyone can be dear to me. This is the process. By executing this process of Karma Yoga, yogi has this consciousness. And kurvan apina lipyate. Such a person, even though he is acting, he does not get entangled in laws of karma.